Hello and welcome. You're watching India Today Aaj Tak and I'm Anjana Om Kashyap. Indo-Russian friendship is one that has stood the test of time, stormed many challenges and is still going strong. And as Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, visits India, we are holding a big conclave in Moscow so that you can get a perspective on what Indians think about this entire trip and how the Indo-Russian friendship has probably stood up against all challenges. And the Russia-Ukraine war actually changed a lot of things. Numerous sanctions were imposed on Russia. Did that affect the Indians living here in Russia, in Moscow, doing their business, going ahead in a country which probably has been for a very long time the place that they have earned their bread? We have with us a very esteemed panel to talk about Indians in Russia, friendship through sanctions. We have with us Mr. Devesh Kumar, who is the CEO of Safe Farm. We have Pratap Chandran, who's General Director, International Trade House, Alpha LLC, and Mr. Radhakrishnan Bhaskaran, who's the Deputy Director of Universal Food Technologies. I would like to begin with you, Mr. Devesh Kumar. How do you see this going? I mean, you have the liberty of talking in English or Hindi. You'll have to pick up your mic. This is a huge conclave that India Today Aaj Tak is doing in Moscow. It's to get a perspective on the friendship. Did the sanctions affect this friendship of India, Russia, Indians living here in any way? Did you see it happening on ground? How is it going?
So, in Russia, I can see there are lots of opportunity for Indians. As my core job is pharma, and India is known for pharmacy of the world. India is exporting 122 country from India. Every country after the sanction and even after COVID-19, every country has started focusing on the localization. And I can say Indian resilience and Russian friendship, we are committed. It's our core duty to do something for Russia. So we are focusing into the localization of the product. Russian government wants that Indian companies should come to Russia, build the manufacturing plant here and produce the product here. So we are trying to build a factory where we will be producing oncology, hormonal, HIV medicines and API also. Oh, wow. That will not only help the India and Russia relationship, however, that is going to be, you are taking care of the health of the people of Russian Federation and all neighboring country. If you will talk about the sanction and problem and all, I don't see any problem in Russia. I have been to many countries and I can say Russia is one of the best country to live in terms of security, in terms of weather and all. Of course, sometimes you will feel that you are away from your home, but it's not like that. You can get everything now. My fellow
panelists.
And
shuttling from Moscow to Delhi all the time. Yeah. I think it's an amazing morning in Moscow, and our viewers back in India should be seeing this. Mr. Pratap Chandran, it'll be interesting to hear from you. This horizon is your homeland now. Like, how many years have you been here? How many decades? And also, like he said, like some friendships are very seasonal, and some are for a lifetime. And 7 decades of Indo-Russian friendship has proven that this is like actually lifetimes and lifetimes.
Hello everybody.
Hi.
First of all, thank you for inviting me. It's my pleasure to be here with India Today, this conclave.
Yeah.
And first of all, introduce myself. I'm Pratap. I've been living here for last 30 years. And I came as a student, and now I am doing my own business. As you asked me that, how do you feel Russia? Russia is the best place to live, and I'm not telling India is not the bad place, but what I see here, the opportunities, what we have in Russia for Indians, I think the best opportunities we get here. The second thing is that you asked for the sanctions, what you asked the question. I will just add something on that. You know, for business community in Russia, the sanctions are not the first time, not a new thing. Before it was called crisis. We had so many crises. We had
But do you hear the word this time? When the
this
sanction-
is the name. This
hear
time,
crisis?
this time, this is the name is called sanction.
Ah.
Before it was like crisis.
Okay.
I have seen crisis when I was a student, 1998. But that time we enjoyed that crisis because it was one night the ruble thrashed and it went from 6.6 rubles to 11 rubles.
Yes.
So we had enough dollars in hand, so we used to enjoy. Then after that, when I became a businessman, there was a lot of struggle of doing this business when it's always continuing sanctions, these and all. But Indian community, they are the best veterans of crisis management. I don't know in Indian, I am telling about Russian, Indian business people who are living in Russia. Okay, they are masters, they are veterans in managing
Absolutely.
crisis.
So I get your point. You're trying to say that crisis actually brings out the best in you, and that is why Indian businessmen survive well here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mr. Bhaskaran, it's your turn. And from what I gather, you've been here for 53 years. Am I correct?
Good morning. Yes, you're correct.
So the best part about your experience is going to be that you've seen the Gorbachev rule, you've seen Yeltsin's rule, you've seen for 25 years, a quarter of a century of Mr. Putin's rule. How would you describe it? How is it for Indians? Is it difficult to probably set up something new, or the kind of support given by the government actually encourages all of you? And how would you tell us about the sanctions and how it has affected you?
Yeah, again, good morning. Thank you very much for the opportunity given. Prior to Gorbachev, I had the opportunity to live here under Brezhnev also for some time.
Wow.
So, if at all anything has changed, it has changed only to the better side. You have the best relationship at all levels here. You know, we know very well that at the top political level, President Putin has got excellent relationship with Prime Minister Modi. We have an excellent diplomatic relationship. And now I would want to emphasize that the relationship, what distinguishes India and Indians in Russia from the other countries is the people-to-people relationship. Maybe because of the sheer number, you go to UK, you go to US, you go to Dubai and all, you don't find this type of personal relationship between the locals. So you have the best relationship between the locals, with the locals at all levels, and we have been enjoying. I am personally connected with the food industry, and tea is the product which I used to handle for almost 25 years. Tea is one of the very few things which connected India closely with this country. When you talk about India, these people invariably talk about tea. Though our volume of export from India to Russia has come down, still it is one of the best things what unites both the people.
Wow, that's really interesting. But going back to you, Devesh, because we would like to understand, you're in the pharma sector. What is the kind of support you get in case you want to start a new pharma company here? How does the government support and assist?
So I would like to say, and to all the Indian audience, it's my dream when I live here in Moscow, and after this sanction, I can see our neighbor country is doing pretty well in Russia. And being a good friend of Russia in India, being an Indian businessman, we are not able to do much. However, Russian government is very open. Like, if you need 20 hectare land, you need 50 hectare land, you will get free of cost land. This is the one. Second, government is going to sign 10-year offset contract with you. Means whatever you are going to produce in your factory, government will buy from you. Not all, but most of the part, government will buy from you.
Oh.
This is the second. Third is government is going to give you subsidy on the equipment purchase. Whatever you are going to purchase the equipment, government will give you the subsidy. Then there is a 20-year tax holiday. So you don't need to pay any taxes for the 20-year. Next is employee tax. In India, we have different taxation, but here, their total tax is 43. Out of 43, 13% is a personal income tax.
Yeah.
Apart from that, 30% tax company has to pay on behalf of the employee for pension fund, medical, social security and all. So in that, you have to pay only 7.6% as a company. Another part will be compensated by the government. Also, you can bring foreign labor without quota. If you need 100% foreign workers from India or from any other country, you will be able to bring all the people from your own nation. So these are the advantage. Also, you will get subsidy on the gas, electricity. So all these facility government is giving. And I will request even the bank, BEV RF bank, there is an industrial bank which is giving offer to loan up to 2% interest annually. So that is very good for the Indian businesses. Also, Russian Direct Investment Fund openly offering Indian companies to come here and we will be the equity partner with your company. Even you can put 10 to 15% only, and other fund will be given by RDIF or Russian bank or Russian local strategic partner will be there. So there are market is very open, and I invite all the Indian companies. It's not about the pharma in any segment. My fellow panelists are there in food and all. In every sector, there are lots of opportunity, and Indians.
Just one counter question.
Yeah.
From what you're saying, it sounds very rosy. But is it actually as rosy as that? Because two things. This 13% tax, I think, is uniform here for all individuals in Russia.
Yeah.
13% tax. What is the procurement guarantee cap? Like, if the government says we're going to procure all your medicines in the first year or second year, how many years do they do that? What's the guarantee terms of the procurement?
So everybody was worried about the guarantee. We also discussed with the government. However, in Russia, now there is a grandparent law. It's a new law where if government will change, your agreement will not impact anyhow. So if somebody signed the agreement for 10 years, they have to buy product from you 10 years, number one. Number two, if you are an Indian company in India, then you can give any collateral to the bank like your house or land or something. Being a foreign company, you don't have any property here. So you don't need to give anything. So when you have an offset contract from the government, that is the security.
You said foreign company. So where are you registered?
Of course, I registered in Russia. However, I'm a foreigner.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can't give any collateral to the bank.
Yeah.
So offset contract, the agreement is itself a collateral. So a bank is ready to give you loan or fund because you have a guarantee that government is going to buy from you. So your business is secured. And recent visit of President Putin is going to show that its business is open and business is secure. Our relationship is okay, but in terms of business, it's secured.
Mr. Pratap, how would you respond to the benefits that you get in your sector? And is it actually as inviting and as rosy as Devesh is telling us? Or are there challenges post-sanctions?
As Mr. Devesh said that about the Russia's this investment, what Indians are getting support from Russian government. That is absolutely correct. Because it started not today, not yesterday. It was started from so many years. Russian support. Actually, if you are going to the right pockets, to approach to the right Russian pockets, you will get loans, whatever Russian support. Before, I think 2010, it started for pharma. Pharma, that was this one. Russian government has given all the governors to give some clusters where you have to start minimum some 4 or 5 new ventures. The responsible person, they are the governors. They have to invite the foreign investors to bring foreign investment and start doing business there. And they should be self-sufficient by region-wise.
Like, so though your company is registered here, because you're a foreigner, it's a foreign investment?
No.
Then? No, what are the terms?
No. For example, if I want to bring from India money to invest in Russia.
Yeah.
If you will approach, for example, I want to go to a region like Volgograd, somewhere. So if you will approach to the governor that we want to put a factory here. So we will give the proposal, and their job is to find place for us and or arrange loans from the bank with low percentage. And there will be a privilege for 5 years, tax privileges are there. That type of everything they have to arrange. And that is the biggest security we all investors are expecting. So for me, it is like in Russia, the doing business and with proper people. But Russians are nowadays very, very very fast, very brilliant. Not like before. Before they were slow, really. They
Okay.
were yeah.
Okay.
They were not experienced. I will tell you from my
Yeah.
my
Probably slow is not the right word. Experience. Probably lacking on.
lack of experience and all that. My friends used to be there, like my college friends they are in business now, not with me. They are doing separate business. So I see him from last 15 years. The changes what they on them.
Mr. Bhaskaran, why chai? Chai, like for Indians, it's like chai everywhere. But were you always in this tea industry? What was your research R&D that you did before getting into tea? And is actually tea a household thing here now?
Yes, tea is a household thing here. Per capita consumption wise, Russia is in the first three. I think Ireland is number one and Russia is number two, if I'm not mistaken. So tea is a household name. Unfortunately, we have lost this market to basically Sri Lankans because before 1993, disintegration of Soviet Union, we used to export 140 million kilograms of tea to this country. Now it has come down to 50 or 55 million kilograms. The balance has gone to Sri Lanka. There are various commercial reasons for that. I will not go into that. As far as Russia is concerned, food industry is very, very promising here. I would even say sky is the limit because of the sheer agriculture conditions. Not everything is grown here. You know, harvest is possible hardly 3-4 months a year and all. So a lot of agriculture products could be easily exported here. Finished products could be easily exported here. Brands can easily come in. All these aspects have got strengthened, particularly after the sanctions. Because India is very close to Russia and they are looking forward to India.
Yeah. So this is a beautiful Moscow morning. And every morning comes with expectations. Let's begin with one big expectation, Devesh, that you have from Mr. Putin's visit to India. One big expectation.
My expectation is like last year when Prime Minister Mr. Modi visited in Russia, and both the leader has agreed to increase our trade to $100 billion. So I believe after this visit, Mr. President Putin visit, it's going to be a little bit easy for the Indian pharma or Indian exporters to bring all the products. Like there are rules and regulation in Russia. It's very strict, I can say. So I think there will be some kind of, they will allow us to bring the product going through like, see, in pharma, your product is registered in different country. And you are coming to Russia. In Russia, same molecule is registered. However, you have to conduct local trial again, bioequivalence, clinical study and all. Even you are selling your product in multiple countries. So maybe some kind of privilege we will be having. If you are submitting the document from the Indian trials or other trial, that can be accepted. So that is I am expecting. And the relationship, you know, like Bollywood, you go to any car and sit, they will play Awara Hoon. They will play Jimmy Jimmy and all these are the still popular songs. Still Raj Kapoor. In Russia, we have a special channel who play this Bollywood movie.
But aren't they seeing the new Bollywood stars? It's just they're stuck in the Raj Kapoor phase.
Still Sita Gita, everybody is watching Sita Gita movies and all.
Yeah.
Old is gold.
I know it is.
But some Shah Rukh Khan and all.
Even
but
today,
still,
someone was asking asking to him that, did you see the movie Sita Gita? Russian was
That's
asking to the
interesting.
other
That's
Russian.
in Bollywood, I can say for Indians, this is the right time to come to India, Russia.
Russia.
If now, not now, then never. And in Bollywood, one line I will sing. जिंदगी के सफर में गुजर जाते हैं जो मकाम ओ फिर नहीं आते हाँ फिर नहीं आते because this is the right time after sanction Russia started looking into India. Of course we were the friend, however now every sector. I have been to India with different governor last 2 years, 5-6 times. I invited many companies. I try to motivate every company to come to Russia, but nobody wants to come. I don't know what is the reason. So I will say Indian companies, please come to Russia.
One
this is
thing
the
is
best
for
place.
sure, Devesh, you can bring an Indian out of India, but you cannot take away the songs of the film industry from him. And that is why, Mr. Pratap, what is that one expectation you have from Putin's India visit?
My one expectation is long-lasting friendship with Russia, India. Why I'm telling you, I think Mr. Bhaskaran can tell that old time when the situation happened with that Bangladesh, India issues and all that time, Indira Gandhi, Brezhnev relation, that some fleet has come there and they supported. I used to get goosebumps. So how it has happened. So if Mr. Putin can keep that friendship for at least for 50 years, and he can put some basement for that friendship, and it will continue. That is the only one thing. Other are, all are business, defense. This can change, but the relation. But we have that.
Because any change in that, any hostility in that will probably affect you. But as long as Indo-Russia friendship continues this way, Mr. Bhaskaran, what is that one expectation you have from Putin's visit to India?
Well, there are three major points which needed for any business. That is the visa issues, immigration issues, payment issues, and the transport. The first issue is sorted once for all. A e-visa is there, anybody can apply, anybody can come in any time. The payment issue is still pending, though bulk of the trade is done in the national currencies. There are issues, and definitely the transport. If these two issues are addressed, there is no limit for the trade to go beyond $100 billion very soon.
Wow, which is currently at around 65 to
65, 70,
billion.
yeah. And that also, the other thing,
$1 billion.
1 minute, yeah, $1 billion. It's basically government-to-government trade.
Yeah.
Energy sector, defense, etc., etc.
Yeah.
If this proportion can be changed and the private business can start playing a major role, that would be really nice.
Thank you, gentlemen. You're our mascots, you're our ambassadors in Russia, and it was really nice talking to you and getting a perspective on what Indians are expecting out of Russian President Vladimir Putin's visit to India. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anjana, for
Thank you,
having
India
me here.
Today.